Hello, this is Steve Kramer, the Business Librarian, and today's topic is NAICS codes. These are codes used to define industries, and they are the foundation of many types of business and economics research.
NAICS stands for North American Industrial Classification System. The census created this system in order to classify industries, and it covers all kinds. You'll see that for yourself in just a minute. The codes are hierarchical. The longer the number, the more detailed the industry represents, and you can get up to 6 digits long. And for example, 513322 is the NAICS code for cell phone service, and that's part of the information family, information being the sector that includes these more detailed industries like cell phone service. As to what the point of this is, well, NAICS codes can be used in many different ways, including finding companies, industry research and reports, benchmarking financials. I've got a video on just on that topic, and also economics. For example, finding labor trends. So it's a widely used type of classification for industries. I'm going to use my NAICS guide as my home base, but also I'll show you how to get to the NAICS section of the census website too. From the campus homepage, we'll get into the library's homepage, and then research guides by subject. And I'm going to pick this time MEHT, and then welcome and guides. And over here on the left side, NAICS and SIC industry codes. And then we click over here to get to the NAICS homepage. Now if you start at the census.gov homepage, mouse over business, and then find the NAICS code right underneath. We'll do a search in a minute, but I want to begin this time by browsing the codes using this link down here. And one thing I want to point out is how broad the coverage is. We go everywhere from farming to retailing, even government services all have their own NAICS codes. It's a pretty comprehensive classification of the economy of the United States. And for example, let's go into 72, accommodation and food services. And at the bottom we'll find 722515, snack and non-alcoholic beverage bars. And so here's a full NAICS profile. You have the definition and scope note here, examples of what this industry includes, and also down here what it does not include. And for example, it does not include restaurants, whether they're full service or limited service. And for example, if you are running a cupcake truck, there's now some of those around here, that's a different code, one that represents mobile food services. And at the bottom you have a more detailed list of related items that fall under the same NAICS industry. And for example, ice cream parlors is part of this. And sometimes the codes get updated, and you can see the difference here between 2007 and 2012. That's unusual, but that's happened sometimes. And often when you're searching by keyword, which we'll do in just a moment, you will get hits from this list of index entries representing the different aspects of this one industry. Now let's do a search. Let's say you're looking for the code for a coffee shop. I'm going to keep my search simple. And notice we have a lot of hits, and if you look closely you can see why. There are some hits for farming, all these manufacturing codes, food manufacturing, even wholesaling, and then at the bottom you see service industries, including coffee carts and coffee shops, which is where we just were. And you can see that in the list. And that's one simple way of finding a code by keyword searching. That was a pretty easy example, coffee shops. Sometimes though, you may not find the right code you're looking for. There may not be a code detailed enough to handle a very new or innovative or just specialized industry. If that happens, there are some alternatives. One is to try Hoover's, which does classify much more detailed level of industries, and also there's BizMiner for financials, for very detailed industry breakdowns. And I can help you with those if you need to. Just let me know. Now finally, sometimes you might see reference to an SIC code, or SIC code, Standard Industrial Classification it's called. This was what census used before it began using the NAICS codes in 1992. But some databases like Hoover still use SIC codes plus NAICS codes, so you'll still see them around sometimes. And if you really need to search for them, it's unusual, but if you do, go back to my NAICS guide, because I have a SIC codes section with links to a website from OSHA, which does still use SIC codes. You can keyword search or search by number and also browse them. So if you need help with SIC codes, definitely there's still this tool you can use. This is the end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you ever need any more help, please let me know. You can visit me in the library or contact me in many other different ways. And also you can contact iMinerva. And that's all. Bye.